Hi there, good morning. Welcome to today's midweek market analysis. So as usual, what we're going to do is I'll be running through the market and highlighting some of the opportunities that you can pay closer attention to for the remaining part of the week. And what are some of the opportunities that you can potentially take, okay? So over here, let's take a look at the dollar index first. For the past week, building into this week, the dollar index has been pretty much corrective in nature. We do see a slight tilt to the upside, but again, the market is not moving up with momentum. Okay, and basically, you just need to be very, very patient when the market is in this kind of environment. It's not easy to be executing trades and trying to catch moves internally over here unless you're a very, very short-term trader. So dollar index as of now, we're generally bullish. Okay, and any kind of corrective pullback may still seem to be a opportunity to get involved in the buy, with a target at least for now is around 103.85, right? That will complete the wave 3 expectation. Of course, what we can also look out for is if this just keeps going up correctively without pulling back and tagging at 1618, then we'll be expecting wave 3 to be done and a deeper pullback after which, right? But overall, as long as the market remains above 101.74, we are generally bullish on this. Any corrective pullback can be seen as a buy trade opportunity. Okay. Now, if you flip it to the euro, then we kind of have an inverse relationship. So we are expecting more downside. Okay. As long as the price remains below this high here at 1.1065, any corrective pullback again can be seen as a sell. Now, right now, the structure seems to be suggesting that this is doing a little bit of a crawl. So I don't think we'll immediately just drop off from here. But we do expect a decent kind of a pullback. So any pullback, do look out for it. That can be an opportunity to get a sell trade with our target at 1.0700, right? So that will be a very nice psychological number as well. So quite straightforward in terms of the direction. The only thing you need to just wait out for a little bit is the setup to get involved in the sell, yeah? Then with the pound, okay, so pound dollar here you can see the pattern is a little bit different. Pound dollar did get a little bit of a push up, okay, whereas the euro actually just dropped, right? So pound dollar here, this push up is very corrective. Okay, you can see how slow it's climbing. Now we do expect a overall bigger development, especially after this 3-wave drop. We're looking at this as a potential 3-wave pullback, coming towards that 50 and 618 retracement. Now we do see this as a potential 1 wave, which then concludes the W. Okay, and if you can get a decent pullback here towards 1.2705 to maybe around 1.2685 zone, basically the 50 and 618, that will give us an opportunity to look for a buy trade just for the short run, okay, to the upside, targeting 1.2880, 1.2940, right? Obviously, you don't want this to just drop impulsively. You want this to come down, a little bit more of a corrective movement as well. As long as it remains above 1.2615, I think that would be a buy opportunity that we can look into for the remaining part of this week going into next week as well. Aussie here, we're just being neutral. Okay, so the market from this high has completed potentially a 5-wave move. We did see a very nice little reaction here, though not an impulsive bounce, but we do see the price being supported around that zone. It's currently doing a little bit of pullback. Not the pullback that they want, not the pullback, not the reaction that we want either, because we would like to see kind of the V shape, and then that will give us a very clear sign that we can look for buy. We don't get that yet, right? So for now, I'm just being very, very patient on the Aussie. Likely there's no activity over here for the remaining part of this week. Okay. Now dollar Canadian is also interesting. We may have completed a 5-wave move. You can see how slow this development is. Now there are 2 ways to look at it, obviously. One is that this continue to just consolidate and take a longer time to develop. If that's the case, then that might reset this entire move and we may see still more upside. But what I'm more interested, and I'll be very keen to see price develop, will be an impulsive drop from here. okay, breaking some of the minor low, and with that, a corrective pullback will give me a sell trade to the downside, right? I'm more interested in this comparing to buying it, okay? Now the reason is simply because we have moved up quite a bit, okay? Any buy here may be temporary, and after which we may see a deeper pullback, right? So if I get a buy set up, it will naturally be a very short-term trade, but if I can get a reversal from here, that will be a little bit more interesting because we are looking at the top, catching it to the middle point, right? So yeah, that's on dollar CAD, right? So there's opportunity there as well. You just need to wait for the impulsive break to confirm the reversal, wait for the pullback to get involved in the trade. Now dollar yen is also presenting a pretty nice opportunity right now. We have an impulsive move to the upside. Seems like the market is developing a very nice little three-wave pattern, three-wave structure, and the completion is somewhere around 144.80 to 144.40. If you can get a decent little pullback here, correctively, obviously, right, you don't want it to drop fast, we may complete a WXY for a pushback up, and the target here will be the top of the channel. Okay, so do keep a lookout at this. I think, you know, maybe by Thursday or Friday we may get a potential trade on the dollar yen. Okay, gold here, I'm expecting a deeper pullback, especially after this drop, but quite similar to the Aussie, we don't have any setup or reasons to get involved in the buy yet. Okay, so basically what I'm waiting for is a nice little strong momentum upside to show that, you know, the market indeed want to rebound, or it start to show you evidence that yes, the buyers are coming in. Then we'll wait for a corrective move and look for the buy. But okay, we won't wait for that first indication that the market is going up, right? But now we don't have it, so we're just being patient. Just wait. Now crude oil, we did manage to get this sell here earlier this week with a 50% retracement, so very nice little impulse, you know, a little bit of a pullback, and right now we're looking at this coming down lower. If you manage to get a sell here, then what you do is just hold on and manage the trade, shift stops to break even, see if you can just get a drop from here on. Now alternatively is if this develops into a bigger three wave, okay, then your sell here, you just basically get out at break even, and we'll look for re-entry again, because overall if this is still corrective, we still expect one more drop. Okay, the direction is pretty much very clear. It's just, will we start to drop, you know, with this as the peak and then starts to come down, or will this just go up a little bit more and we'll look for another opportunity to sell it? Okay, so that's on crude oil. Very quick update. Okay, S&P index, I'm neutral. Now we're expecting a minimum 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but the wait for development here seems pretty fast. Okay, so I'm just a bit careful. Yes, we kind of came into the territory of wave 4, but the ideal structure should look something like that. Okay, then this will be a decent sell, right? I mean, can we still develop into that? Yes, right? This can still come down, this can still go up, still becoming a three-wave move around that zone, possibly. Okay, so I'm just being patient, and I want to wait for at least a three-wave setup, three-wave structure to tell me that yes, that is a corrective move. Okay, so right now, not too much into that. Aussie yen here has a potential as well. Okay, so we kind of look at it from a perspective that it's respecting the bearish channel very nicely. We get a push down here, we get a pullback towards 50 and 618. Now, not the most ideal kind of pullback, okay, because ideally this should go just as I mentioned, three wave for that drop, right? So but again, market need not always do that. Sometimes it just comes up, you know, 50 and then it drop, right? Over here you see impulse, come back up, 60, 1.8, drop, right? So you just need to assess, right? Is this something that you're comfortable taking? Okay, somewhere around this zone with your target back down here, with your risk, sorry, your stop loss above that high. Okay, so this is also a potential trade. I mean, right now the market is within the zone. You can keep an eye on it, and your target will be 92, which is also a very nice psychological number. Okay, last one here on BTC. Okay, I'm currently neutral. We have an impulsive drop, but right now it seems to developing a crawlish structure. We do have the divergence already. So if we can get an impulsive break back up, okay, kind of like a V-shaped formation over here, then any correction will start to look for buy trade. And I'm not so keen to sell it at this zone, right? I mean, if you want to sell, the ideal structure would be somewhere there to look for a sell, but again, that would not, in context, okay, that would not be a very, very ideal sell as well, because we have this impulsive move and then we look at this as a corrective. Before this entire piece happened, that would be more of a interest in the buying side, right? So with this drop, okay, coming so close to the low here, I'm not so keen to sell it. I'm just waiting to buy it, okay? So that's on BTC. Hopefully today's midweek video over here kind of give you some ideas to work around with, okay? And all the best to trading, and I'll see you guys in the next one.